All right, they still work. I just unplugged those because they're just too bright. But we are now on to doing the walls, and it is a mess in here. This wall is actually not getting painted, and I'll deal with that separately. Then we have that whole thing there. I do want to do something different with the top of that. I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll paint it. I don't know if it'll hold out. I would like to maybe use like some aluminum covering or something. That's where we are right now. I'm just trying to do something, because if I don't do anything, then you know what? Before you know it, the car will come back and it'll still look the way it did, which right now, this is an absolute nightmare. You see, I discovered a major issue with these lights. It's very hot, it's summertime, and I can't open the garage door to get some air in here because all the bugs come in. But I'm glad I went with the darker gray. Now I gotta do that wall, and then again, something different on the other wall. This is the right direction. Now I just gotta paint the doors black. All right, so just a quick shot with all the lights on. Oh, that looks good. The most beautifulest thing in this world, just like that. I get in it. Now, man, that's crazy about Keith Murray, man. I used to love this song, man. I still do. But I saw the videos of him looking homeless, like rapping for money or something on the street. It's crazy, man. He looked like he was a little drugged out, man. But we got to support our older rappers, y'all. Okay, so we just came from Home Depot, returning the Home Depot van that I rented for a grand total of $25. That is the best deal in town, renting those vans for like 75 minutes. Even if you go over, it's really not much more money than that. And what we need to do is pick up the panels for one of the walls and some extra plywood for, again, another wall. But guys, if you don't have a truck, I don't know why you wouldn't use Home Depot's rentals, because quick, easy, and cheap, and I don't have to have a truck, which I've had before, sitting for most of the year, and I use it a couple times, and you're insuring it, and you're registering it, and it's just, hey, use somebody else's stuff. Now we're gonna get back and get some wiring done and get these walls up. Moving right along, I think we're like halfway there. I think in the last clip, I might have been at Home Depot getting this. This is like some panel boarding. I don't know exactly what it's for, but it's sized, it's 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide. I need about 5 of these to span the length of this wall here. Unfortunately, I was thinking my ceiling was 8 feet, but it's actually 9 feet. So you can see there, I'm about a foot short. But I do have an extra panel. I'll be able to use that panel and cut it up and then patch in the bottom. This is, I thought, was probably the best option as opposed to actually putting drywall up on here. And you would think this is a wall, but this is just like some type of like thin, like 1/16 of an inch panel board. And you can see I like taped it up and patched it up. It wasn't even white when I moved in here. It was literally like cardboard color, and it's not even a wall. I could poke right through this with this screwdriver easily. So that's why I do want to at least put something a little more stable. This ain't as thick as drywall, but it should be better. I've never seen a garage have one single outlet in here, and that's how this garage is. There is only one outlet in this garage. It's one there, right at the tip of that screwdriver. In this whole garage, which is crazy to me. Like, it makes no sense. I run extension cords from everywhere, all into that one little outlet. So I'm gonna try to come off of that outlet and add another, then another one that I think I'm gonna put up here on the corner here, because right around here is probably where we're gonna have our TV, and we would just have the wire go over and then connect to there. It makes sense in my head. Hopefully it makes sense in real life. But I think now that you know the plans, now I can go ahead and start. All right, here's a little update. I just wired in my first new outlet like ever in 50 years. Now I put in outlets by changing out old ones to new ones, but I never put one where there never was one originally, because we only have one outlet in here, which is right there. I ran this wire, boom, new outlet, Boom, new outlet gonna be there, new outlet gonna go up there. So first one is done and wired correctly. All right, it took a little longer than I thought. Had to make a store run, but there we go. We have an outlet up here, there, here, there. All right, first test, turn on the breaker. Right, we have lights. Now we can test to see if these outlets work. Oh, we got a fan here. Let's see. Fan works. Quick update of what I'm up to. I'm actually filling in these panels for here and on the other side where there was exposed walls. The insulation showing, so I'm gonna cover that up and then paint it, and also for above the garage door, the same thing. Got a new nailer. It's making this job a whole lot easier. I could just go ka-cha, ka-cha, ka-cha. So, but before I do this, I actually have to cut out a hole for an outlet there. Not bad. I'm not really happy about having to do that area because I gotta shut the garage door and it is steaming out this truck. All right, this side is complete. I just gotta do that panel up there, which I already cut, and we're done. Slow progress beats no progress. Panels in, painted. Now I just gotta do everywhere in wood and black. Then we should pretty much be done with the painting in this part of our garage renovation, and we can get on to the final piece, which is that. Well, the final piece is this ugly ass floor. But since we don't have a floor yet, the final piece for now is gonna be this. And then the car is gonna be coming. The car is pretty much done or just about done. So I expected to have it probably by the end of this week. And I don't wanna move all this stuff twice, and you know the hassle. I already gotta move it all when we do the floor, but you know, by that time, hopefully more junk will be cleaned out and it'll be easier process. But for now, yeah, you know what we're gonna do. Paint that black, get this wall up. Okay, nothing saying how amateur I am in my little drawing of that versus that. So me trying to cut out a hole so I could fit the fuse box, breaker panel, or whatever. We're getting it done, we're getting it done. But every other color I picked was like, you're too old for a wild color. Damn, y'all, check out this. Now, keeps you young. What do you mean? Keeps you young. The wild colors keep you young. That's what I was thinking. 49 tomorrow. Well, 2-3 years from now when I go to switch it up. All right, so this is gonna be in a reveal video here, but just a little back footage of before it was completely complete. Damn. Yo, the pictures did it no justice. Nah, like I said, it's
everything on the car anyway, and we just had to cut and trim because it's gonna look better. And that pumpers fit so tight at some areas with the lights and stuff. Adding more on there is just gonna get tighter. You know what I mean?
Fitment looks good. I like the panel. It's pretty cheap. Home Depot. Yeah, all right, that is not too bad. I mean, a good plate will cover that up. If I gotta get an oversized one, then I'll get an oversized one. Why put this gray cover back on the wall when I can spray paint it black? It's getting hard to find people to come out here every time I need to lift these panels up. So I've been I'm getting my jack and I'm getting creative. So yeah, I'm a one-man show, man. You give me a wheel and I'll find a way. That's my setup and it works. Slow, jacking it up until it touches the ceiling and then wedge it up against the other one and we'll make this happen. But I definitely can't do it holding the phone. It's kind of late. It's probably just about midnight. Today's project was painting the plywood, and I think it looks very, very good. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I had it exposed since we lived here, which is probably, I don't know, 18 years now. So yeah, it's crazy to finally see it actually finished, and just need to get some covers for the outlets and the switches and stuff. And then also today I started hanging the panels from a Home Depot, $50 a piece. Excellent. If I want to mount anything to the wall, I do know where the studs are, so I'll be easily able to just mount them right to the studs. They look decent, and I probably have $250 into the 5 ones that I bought. So I just got to finish that section there. Oh, and I also painted that black. That's our electrical panel, and it was normally that color, but I hit it with some satin paint. It is very humid, and the satin paint does not look good. So I'm gonna take that off and probably hit it with some matte paint, or just use the same paint I put on the ceiling. Oh, and the thing I just did, I installed my TV. So yes, look what we got. Finally got a TV in the garage. I can watch my videos over and over and over again and get my views up and get that YouTube revenue going, so I can pay for more stuff in this garage, like the floor that this garage desperately needs. So car will be back within the next few days. I saw it and it looks amazing. 4 Amazon packages to finish this garage up, but I will say I'm loving how it looks so far. Still gotta get some fine touches, shim around the door, then I can put the molding on around the baseboard. My cover for that. But yeah, coming along. I cheaped out. I didn't buy black switches. I just painted the switches we have. They're black, and I'll get black covers. I just don't feel like changing them out. So I decided I need a little bit more light in here. Just kidding. No, we're gonna add some actual accent color lights. And we'll do it with these little $8 strip of lights I got off Amazon. I'm gonna tap them around the outside perimeter of this hexagon setup, and then see how it looks. Also, I might have a few lights behind the hood once I'm out on the wall. I turn the lights off, and it has this little remote. And let's see if we can turn them on. It also works from the app on your phone, but yeah, there we go. So what I was trying to create was like this glowing effect around the ceiling, and it looks good, but I use lights in my house and other places, and I feel like they're a lot brighter. And I compared them to the lights that I bought. Those were only like $8. And they are a lot smaller and a lot dimmer than the ones that I have in other places of my house. But you can see there, it does look good. You get the idea of what I was trying to do, create like this glowing around the whole edge of the roof. And then that area is not actually gonna just be exposed lights. That's where the GTR, the OEM hood is gonna sit. And I wanted to outline the back of the hood so it can glow while it's sitting up there. So that's what that's gonna be for. As soon as I get the hood out of my office and back on the wall of the garage, where it's supposed to be. But I kind of like blue and red or purple. I think that looks good there. But did get the Mustang hood back up on the wall, and I was able to put the tires back up. Of course, I have to figure out where a lot of these supplies are gonna go. Maybe in that that storage cabinet I don't have yet. Big old thing here is just the crate. The body kit came in, including this GTR front top seat bumper that is for sale right now. If you're interested, look it up on beastly_GTR on my Instagram. I am selling this thing right here. Shoot me an offer. You know, I might be slightly flexible, but I'm trying to get, you know, it's worth it. I'm gonna say right now it's worth it. It's a great looking bumper. But yeah, and I got some bikes that used to hang up here. They're probably now gonna hang out back in the shed. We do got the Mustang in here right now. It has been chilling. It needs a battery. It's always on the tender. guess what's coming back today? Yeah, that's actually why we're here today. The GTR is coming home to your boy. So I kind of feel like I'm about to have company, or like, you know, someone's about to come see my house for the first time. I'm cleaning up, I'm running around, I'm picking up stuff, I'm sweeping, I'm trying to make it look nice for the GTR. When it comes back home, like, it's gonna know that there's been a change. But it will know, like, hold up. This does not look like it did when I left here. This looked like a wreck. And now I'm coming home to like a nice spot that, yeah, I can live here. So yeah, we're gonna pick up the GTR. It's been about 6 weeks since we dropped it off. My boy Mike has knocked it out the park. It wasn't the fastest job, but we ain't paid for fast. We paid for quality, all right? So I preferred quality over speed. Not gonna be in this video, but it's gonna be in the next video. So this is just to wrap up the garage rehab. Tell me again what you guys think about it. What do you suggest? The floor, I know the floor looks like straight up doo-doo, but we're gonna paint this floor probably a dark gray or black, and then I'm gonna put down some type of Swiss tracks or whatever you call it, you know, type floor to make this thing all come together. Like I said, in this first round, we were doing walls and up. That's it, walls and up. So yeah, I'm gonna still continue to do any things. If you have any like suggestions, organization tips, things, cool little tools and things that you can add to your garage and make your life a lot simpler, please let me know, because, you know, I'm struggling sometimes. I was gonna throw this out. This was a raggedy old gray rusted jack, and then I was just like, no, let me spray paint it with some old spray paint that I wasn't gonna use for anything else. And look, now I'm like, now I got this thing here. I don't wanna throw it out, it just looks great. I got to get out my own way sometimes. I mean, I just got to let stuff go. But all right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my little remodel of my garage. Stay tuned to the next video because we are headed out right now, literally right now. I mean, I had my ride pent. So we're heading out to go get this GTR because you got to see it. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Your boy's out. This is John. Until next time.